Yo, and what is up, ADHD gang? And today, for like the fourth time, this is like my fourth time restarting this video. Um, we are gonna be talking about ADHD and kind of some things that I have recently gotten into that have kind of helped me manage all of my crafty hobbies and all of the things that I do because I do way too much and I still want to keep learning more and doing more. So let's get into this video. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to kind of talk about that I started getting into is co-working. If you don't know what that is, there's a lot of people that stream it on like Twitch, probably on YouTube, on TikTok, stuff like that, where essentially you're time blocking out your tasks. So you'll have like a list of tasks or a few things that you need to get done, and you'll spend a 30-minute time block doing that task. And then you'll have 10 minutes in between every 30-minute time block to kind of relax and like do whatever, whether that is scroll on social media, play Monopoly Go, like whatever. And a lot of people that do this, they have specific like programs and stuff because in on Twitch, you can like type exclamation point task and then you type in the task and then exclamation point done. Whereas I found an easier way to do that. So instead of doing all that and having to sit and watch people, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is figure out what set of tasks you kind of want to get done for the day. Whether you're bouncing between four different tasks or you just want to get one task done and then move on to the next, you'll set a 30-minute timer, get that done, and then immediately after, just set a 10-minute timer. That's all you essentially have to do. Now, the first time that I did try this, I will admit I did not take the 10-minute break. I spent the 10 minutes to work on a smaller knitting project, and then I took the like 30 minutes to do like my bigger knitting project, which you can kind of interpret it and take it however you want. A lot of people that I see mostly are doing like schoolwork and they'll study for the 30 minutes and then they'll take that like 10 minutes to like color in a coloring page or whatever, or maybe that 10 minutes like they'll go to the bathroom, whatever, because they're streaming usually. um but that's kind of the gist of co-working. But I found that it really helps because I'm bad with time management, and with ADHD, like time is against myself. Like I could have to be somewhere at 7 p.m. and have the whole day off and then be worried or something that something's gonna happen. We're gonna have to leave earlier or later, and then always just be constantly checking my phone and then never get anything done. But I found with like co-working, having those like blocks in between, the 10-minute blocks in between, to be able to like check on stuff, to be able to do whatever, to like have like a break from working on knitting or something, which will like hurt my shoulders or my hands or whatever. Having like that little bit of a break actually does help. So yeah, that is kind of tip number one that I ended up getting into, and I really love it. I still do it to this day. I am going to be doing it today, but when I do it today, the first task that I'm going to be doing is some diamond painting, and then the second one's going to be knitting. And every 30-minute block, I'm going to switch on and off between those two tasks because I just want to kind of dive into more of my other kind of cozy, crafty hobbies that I've been neglecting and I haven't been doing as much. So let's get into number two. The second thing that I've kind of gotten into and found out about from someone here on YouTube named Emmy Lucas, it's called habit stacking. So basically, you'll take whatever time you want to do it at, whether it's in the morning or at night. You'll take whatever you're doing for the day, whether you wake up, drink a glass of water, stretch, have breakfast, and then the rest of the day is whatever. Right once you're done, kind of with that lineup of things that you would typically do, you're going to stack another habit onto there. So let's say you just finished having breakfast. Next, you're going to stack on, say you want to do the dishes every day. So you'll add doing the dishes to right after when you're done having breakfast.
And then the more often you do it, the more often it'll become like a habit, force of mind, and you'll just keep doing it. And then you're just stacking on more habits onto your day whenever you have free time. And I think that it's the most ingenious thing ever. I have been trying to stack it and make a habit out of feeding my sourdough now twice a day. So that way I can make some delicious bagels and dessert and foods that I have been wanting. So I hope that maybe you guys will try out some habit stacking and let me know. I've also kind of waited a few months after trying some of this stuff before talking to you guys about it because I want to make sure that like I'm into it and that I like it and that it works before I start just promoting stuff to you guys and telling you guys about something if I don't even know if I like it yet. So let's get into number 3. Number 3 is going to be romanticizing your day. So essentially that concludes of just like doing some cozy stuff where you whether you put on like a really good outfit, you throw a fit, like you would get like a drink, a snack or something. Maybe you take like one of those like deep bubble baths where like you really like scrub and lotion. And like if you're into all that, like you do stuff that's gonna like really romanticize the day and you kind of make it more special. I ended up doing this a few weeks ago. You've probably seen it. If it's not in my reels here, it's definitely on Instagram and on TikTok. Go watch that. I decided to make like this cozy setup with like a chair and 2 tables, and then I had my laptop out there. I had a snack. I had actually the same exact matcha that we have today, which has the brown sugar with caramel, and then it's got the pumpkin pie spice with then a lavender cold foam. Super good. Highly recommend making your own like syrups to add in to make your own cold foams. Absolutely love it. But I essentially did that and I put on cozy clothes and I did some co-working along with it and I just felt super productive. I made sure that I also sat outside so that I could get more kind of fresh air because I'm always working and stuff like that, so I'm indoors and then whenever I come home like to go outside isn't like the first thing that pops in my mind, so I'm trying to like spend more time even if it's just sitting outside and stuff like that, so that way I'm connecting more with nature because I love being outside. Um so yeah, that's essentially romanticizing your day. There is someone on here named Cozy K. Um, she did a whole video on it of like a bunch of stuff that she did, and I thought that it was really interesting. It's also kind of another thing like for the fall time that I found if I do it maybe like once a week, once every other week or something like that, that it kind of I don't want to say makes me more productive, but I feel a lot more productive and I feel like I'm getting a lot more done when I'm kind of like sitting there and I'm cozy and I'm like happy and it helps me to kind of like slow down a little bit and not to be worried about like, oh, I gotta finish this so that I can work on that and I have 45 projects in my head and stuff like that. Um Now for the like fourth thing that I want to get into, it's gonna be pretty interesting, so let's talk about it. The fourth thing that I kind of wanted to talk about was creating a fall class plan. I saw someone, the same person again for habit stacking, Amy Lucas. She talked about this and she talked about somebody else kind of talking about this where you set up a list of like a fall classes. Learn about like a specific topic about something, learn a new language, or even just learn about like drawing or art and stuff like that. There's a bunch of different, this is not an ad by the way, there is a bunch of like different programs out there and stuff like that that you can like buy a subscription for and then you get access to like all these cool classes and stuff like that. I do plan to do some fall classes. I want to do it specifically in October with art. I'm gonna mostly go on YouTube and like social media and stuff like that and look up kind of different techniques and stuff and different stuff to do with a lot of the media that I already know how to use and then do a variation of October where I'm going to take 2 or 3 different prompts and then really make like almost like a full size, like full page kind of piece that I'm proud of. because in the previous years I've kind of done Arttober, and it's just been like this simple little like drawing about this big where it's just barely drawn and barely colored because I feel like I just didn't make enough time for the hobbies that I love. So that's what we're trying to do this fall is we're making time for a lot of the hobbies that I love and that I want to do that I just feel like I don't have much time for. So, yeah, I also want to show you guys knitting progress. We have knitting progress, guys. It's major knitting progress. So, we're going to show you guys that and then get into an outro. Okay, knitting progress, guys. We have this guy. I am almost done with the body. I think I have like 4 or 5 inches left before because I think they're gonna have me do the same type like on the collar, like the same type of like ribbing for like the bottom edge. So that is almost done. And then we're not gonna be stuck on Sleeve Island anymore because I found out that you can knit 2 sleeves at a time just as long as all you need is just 2 separate balls of yarn. And then when you just go around, yeah, you just go around. Like you go around on the one and then go around on the other, and that's essentially it. It's gonna be super quick, super easy. I also frogged my second sock that I was making because I wanted to try, instead of doing toe up, do like toe down. So this is the cuff of the sock. I'm gonna try it this way. Yes, my 2 socks are gonna be 2 completely differently knitted socks. I know that and I understand that. But it's also kind of just a test because the yarn was thrifted for like $1 or like $2, not even. So I just want to see what like toe down, like toe down instead of toe up, like toe down kind of works because a lot of like that's what a lot of knitters do when they do colorwork socks. And I'm looking into a certain pair of colorwork socks that I maybe want to get into. And then also, you might have seen that my hat that I was working on looks a little smaller. It is I made it as a large originally. It looked way too big. So I frogged it and now I'm making a small. But the only issue is I don't know if I can find it for you guys. Yes. It's right there. It's a little hard to tell. Um but since I had like 3 or 4 extra stitches in each row, it took a little extra fabric. So instead of cutting out that fabric to make the kind of perfect stripes, they're going to be slightly imperfect stripes. So where one color might go into a little bit of the row before the next color starts, because I didn't want to chop off yarn and then like I lose all this yarn because I only have so much of it. But yeah, that's kind of my progress that I wanted to show you guys because I'm super excited that I'm almost done so that I can start my next fall knits. If you haven't seen that, it's definitely a reel on here, a reel on Instagram, and it's on TikTok. My current fall knits that I'm gonna be working on and gonna be starting. I also want to make another video like that if you've seen that video, and it's gonna involve my other kind of art hobbies too and other things that I want to get into this fall. Okay, guys, I hope you like this video. It's a bit different, but it's just been a few things that I've been trying that I feel like you guys would really like and really enjoy. So I figured I'd just show it with you guys. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I have been seeing your comments. I've been seeing the videos that you guys want me to make, and I love making those kind of videos too. So I can assure you that's going to be my next video. I do like all of my comments. So if you do comment, I will like your comment. I don't respond to all of my comments, but if you have any sort of questions or anything like that, I will 100% answer. I will answer your comments and stuff like that. Also make sure to hit that notification bell. I post twice a month, but in October it is going to be 3 times a month because it is my birthday month. I'm also going to be doing some filming, possibly when I'm out on my trip. So if you guys would love to see that and want to see that as like a video, or maybe you just want to see it as like some reels and some TikToks and stuff like that, I can do that as well. Just let me know. But yeah, check out the link in the description. There's a lot of cool stuff that I'm kind of doing down there on my other pages. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Good